Hello, my name is Chad Barnhill. I am from Midwest Music Center located in downtown Norfolk, Nebraska. I'm here today to talk to future orchestra student parents, those that have fourth graders that are going in to begin beginning orchestra. This is a big, exciting time to get started on something new, or maybe in your family you've done this before and seen this with other students. But this is something that is a fantastic gift that you're offering to your students. Music is a gift that lasts a lifetime, and this is an exciting time to get started. So let's get right into it. We at Midwest Music Center work with a company called rentfromhome.com. This is a company that allows us to get you an instrument that lets you try it before you consider purchasing an instrument in the outright. Believe me, students do change their minds, especially in fourth and fifth grade. We might like something today, and then all of a sudden, I don't like it. Let's try something else. This is an opportunity to make it a safe way to figure out, is this the correct instrument you're going to get? Not only that, in the orchestra students, you are a size of an instrument. So you're going to have a quarter size, half size, three-quarter, four. Which one do I get? So this is an opportunity to make sure you get the correct size for your student, because your student is going to grow. And with the violin and the viola and the cello, those are instruments that you are actually going to need something a little bit bigger as they get older in age and in height. So this is a good way to get started and get going in a program. So this is a rent to rent program. What does that mean? It means that you have the option that you're going to go through and rent the instrument, and then 100% of the base rent that you are collecting on your account goes to any other instrument for the violin or viola. Okay, so let's say you start on a half size violin, and in 8 months from now, you need to go to a three-quarter. All 8 months of that rent, the base rent, is going to transfer over to the other instrument. Or let's say you start on a three-quarter violin, sorry, and all right, we don't want to do orchestra, but we want to do band. All the rent that you've done, let's say it's been for a year. Let's say they start on a violin and they're like, okay, I don't want to do violin, but now I've decided that in fifth grade I want to do band. Let's do band. You can transfer all that rent for that for full year to the next instrument. So a great program we call it rent to rent. So rentfromhome.com is where you're going to go to, www.rentfromhome.com. Okay. Now you're going to put in a promo code. If you go to the promo code, you can see it's PR43C. That's going to associate you to Midwest Music Center. Even though we have another website, midwestmusiccenter.net, rentfromhome.com is still associated with us if we can associate our promo code or the proper zip code in your area. So you can use either or to get you into the next screen. Once you've put that in, that's going to get you set up and started and to select your violin or viola. Now, we highly suggest that you speak with your instructor or send them an email and ask, what size do you think my student needs? We're still unsure, you will need to bring them to Midwest Music Center and we can get them sized correctly. Most, if you're just, hey, let's get it all done and get figured out, select, let's say, half size. Then when you come into the music store, just let us know, hey, we were kind of unsure if we really needed a half size violin. So can we maybe do an exchange, or can we do a program in this that we can go through and get the proper size? It is very possible to do. But if at all possible, find out the correct size for the student. So you're going to go through and you're going to scroll down and you're going to find either violin or viola. Okay. Violas go by numbers. So size 12, 13, 14, 14.5, 15, 15.5. Okay. Violins are in quarter sizes or fraction sizes. So 1/4, half, three-quarter, 4/4. Okay. So for this example, we're going to do a violin. As you can see, the base rent is $28 a month. Very inexpensive way to figure out which instrument you're going to play for the student. When you go through, it is going to ask you a brand preference. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Just select a brand because you do have to make a selection in order to proceed. But then there's that size. What size do we need? So if you're going to do a guess, probably guess half or three-quarter. Okay, 85% of the students are going to be in this for a beginning size. So let's just put it there half size. That way we can get moved on to the next screen. There's some information if you'd like to read about the actual instrument off to the side there. When we go on, as you can see, the base rate's $28 a month with LDW of $5 a month and tax of $2.48. What's LDW? LDW is the Loss Damage Waiver Plus program. Okay, what it is if we accidentally drop the instrument, or there becomes a crack on the instrument, or an issue with the pegs or something, it's covered for a mere $5 per month. Okay, it also covers loss or theft. Anything that we've had this situation, so it's not insurance, but it's in that program where it basically makes you cover oopses that are in there. So the total per month to rent the instrument is going to be $35.48 a month. $35.48. Okay, so I'm going to hit next. Now let's get us into the next screen where we start gathering the information in order to allow you to get an instrument. Okay, later on we're going to talk about how you can either pick it up at the store or have it delivered to your home. All right, renter's information. That is you, the parent, not the student. You are the renter. So you're going to put an email address, your name, and a phone number. It is going to ask for a social security number. As you can highlight there, it gives you the description of what social security is required to complete an online for rent from home and why. Okay, so simply it's just an unfortunate event of a renter stops making payments. That was really in short, that's kind of the information of what it does. They have to collect the payment. Let's say you move off to Georgia, North Carolina. You got to still be able to make payments. So that is required in there. So there's a great explanation with the highlighted area there. You're going to hit the next button so that way we can get to where your billing address, the billing address for your payment. Okay, so you're basically probably your home address that's in there. So you're going to put that information in there. So that's your billing address, mostly what's associated with your credit card. That also will be brought on. Now we're going to have the student's information. Let's say Max Barnhill. What grade are they? Fourth grade. Emily Weisenberger. The students will have her for instructor, but there are different instructors in different schools. If you're unsure, go ahead and type in, just a name that you might know in there, so you because they just want to associate a name in there, and then which school they go to. So let's say they go to Bel Air. So with this, there's actually a drop down that shows you in the references. There it is. Boom, Bel Air. Okay, on to next. So that's the student information. As we move on, now we're going to get to your birthday, the renter's birthday. So parent or whoever's filling out the contract, it's your birthday and where your employer is. Okay, so put in that information quick. So once that's done, you're moving on to the next. Put in there. So as you can see, we have a blank screen. What happened? You know what? I'm not sure what this is. Up here, if I take a look, it says 4 for 4 other details. I don't think there's any other details that we need to get in there. So we need to get right to the delivery. Okay. So now we're on to the delivery. Are we going to pick it up at the store or have it delivered to your home? Okay. Or office? Just know that if you have it delivered, okay, there has to be someone that signs for it. The delivery company will not leave it just on your doorstep. Go through and make sure. But pickup means you're going to fill out all the information. We're going to get it all taken care of, and we're going to have it ready for you at the music store. Okay. Can't make it to the music store during our store hours, pick delivery. Okay, so we're going to move on and get us into the next information in here. Okay, so your terms and acceptance. It does require you to click on the button and scroll down. Okay, go down in there if you want to print off the terms and the conditions. If you like to read all the information, you can sure do that. VIR, Veritas Instrument Rental. That is the official company we work with out of Florida. We are one of their top dealers in the nation. They do hundreds of thousands of rentals. Very reputable company, very solid to work with. I'm going to accept those terms, and that's going to get us on the screen, and you're going to be able to actually do the payment. Okay, so now we have payment information. That's where you put your card information for your card number, expiration, the code, the name that's on the code, and then click the box for auto pay. Auto pay will automatically draft your card for that $35.48 each month, so it automatically drafts into your payment each month. So you get there, and then you'll do a signature and do pay now. I can't put that information in there because I'm not renting an instrument. you'll be doing that. You pretty much have now completed that. Once you hit the order, it's going to send you an email confirmation. If you've done pickup, we're going to go through and get the information, put it in, select you an instrument. We'll also send you an email. Check your junk mail just in case. Look for an email from either Midwest Music Center or rentfromhome.com or VIR, Veritas Instrument Rental. Check that. So if you're not seeing an email, check that. Sometimes it does go spam because as the information in there might get filtered in. So that's the quick way of renting an instrument through Midwest Music for the rent to rent program of a violin or viola. If you'd like a cello, that is typically done through the school. Check with your instructor first. If they are out of cellos and you do need to come to Midwest Music Center, you're going to need to do that at our store, not online. So come to Midwest Music Center in downtown Norfolk. Find our website address, midwestmusiccenter.net. If you have some questions while you're doing that during store hours, call us 402-379-5252. 402-379-5252. You can also email us, sales at midwestmusiccenter.net. Sales at midwestmusiccenter.net. Okay? So that's a really quick way to find out how you can do your rental program before you even come down to the music store. You can come down and fill out paper contracts through the Midwest Music Center. Just as happens to be a great way to get things done so you don't have to stand in line. You can get all paperwork done in a very quick trip into the store. When you do to come down to the store, though, and get your instrument, also know that you need to purchase a book. So you're going to purchase the beginning book for essential elements or strings for your beginning student. You might also, if you like, you can pick up maybe a shoulder pad or a shoulder rest, maybe a damper so you can go through for dehumidifier, some other little things for your instrument. Ladies and gentlemen, again, my name is Chad. My wife Amy and I own Midwest Music in downtown Norfolk. Again, once again, check it out online, midwestmusiccenter.net, or stop down to 311 West Norfolk Ave. That's between 3rd and 4th Street on the south side of the street near Napoli's, La Macarena, Poppin' Delights. We're all in there. All right? Thank you for choosing Midwest Music Center and rentfromhome.com. We look forward to helping you get your students started in beginning orchestra.